Hello everyone, welcome back to Scarlet Hollow for reals, episode 2 this time. And yeah, my bandwidth is no longer in the red, which means that there isn't a giant, there isn't any lag, thank god. So yeah, now let's actually get started on episode 2. Whew. It's pretty late in the afternoon and I do have D&D tonight, but should be able to finish this before I have to leave, so let's see, continue. Let's actually, can I? Yeah, let's reload. And just start this episode over. Sorry, 1 sec. Hydrate. Does anyone else drink water and then feel like it's not actually doing its job? Like my throat still feels parched. There we go. But, oh mouse, come on, don't do this to me. Not now. There we go. Alright. Blah, continue. Yeah, let's do a recap. Starting fresh. The funeral of Pearl Ann Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seems like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with the side of the family. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. Yeah, we got our little possum friend. Afraid. Wait a minute, you must be... Oh my god, wait. I heard somebody at school talking about how the long-lost Scarlet heir was coming back to town this week. You know, for the funeral? That must be them. Kanika, or Goth Queen. The country ambiance clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who has been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. And then we got attacked by a fucked up mountain lion, which is terrifying. Like, I live on the west coast, and if you go far enough out into the country and into the mountains, like, getting attacked by a mountain lion, they do attack joggers and hikers, and if you have small pets, you are told to keep them inside because they will get eaten. It's a genuine fear. Like, it is something to be cautious about. And then it emerges, an honest-to-goodness mountain lion, and there is something horribly wrong with it. A blood that runs and runs and runs, becomes itself, becomes nothing. Sorry, I gotta clear my throat 1 sec. That's what I get for streaming after having lunch. But the mountain lion isn't finished. Its body oozing from the fall, it pushes itself back to its feet, killing intent shining clear in its wide yellow eyes, and then Duke saved our life. Damn, nearly had the thing. Wait, a run-in? What kind of run-in? Was it supernatural? Like I said, you won't believe it. Now put that dang camera away. So yeah, we did save Duke in this run. We saved Duke and Stella, but we lost Gretchen, which is really sad. Yeah, I love the fact that Gretchen spoke with a, "Well, I do declare, Miss Scarlet," sort of accent. And yeah, fucking Wayne being a creeper over there. But yeah, somebody in my last stream did mention there is a trait you can choose where I think you save everyone, but I don't know which one it is. I might honestly do run-throughs where I just go through every single trait, just to see and like go through all the different, like connect with different characters and go down different paths, but we'll see. I don't know when episode 5 is gonna come out, so I don't know how long I have until then. At least it's a nice night, even if the circumstances leave something to be desired. Help yourself to jerky. And as for the beer, I was planning on having both cans for myself. But I suppose I can be convinced to spare one. And yeah, so my first playthrough I helped Stella and Gretchen, and Duke got his fucking head blown off, unfortunately. Duke grapples with the thing as it grabs at his shotgun, pushing the barrel out of the way as it grasps for Birdie with oddly jointed limbs, while Stella stares in shocked silence, as if paused, watching as the other creature attempts to wrestle Gretchen into the darkness, her desperate cries going unheeded. I know, I'm not trying to be judgmental to Stella, but if something was attacking my fucking dog, oh, it is, yeah, hands on, just, it is donezo. I will go toe-to-toe with anything to save my fucking dog. Save any of my pets. It barely staggers back, the shove having done little more than shift the thing's attention to you. It rears back on its hind legs, its mouth opening, whispered tones sliding out alongside something sharp and unnatural. And yeah, so with this run, I chose Strong Body, Mystic, and Talk to Animals. And because I chose Talk to Animals, I can actually understand the ditchlings, which is super weird and creepy, but I kind of love it. Gretchen! You both turn just in time to see the end of Gretchen's leash disappearing into the underbrush. Her yelps grow distant as she's dragged away. Fucking Wayne. Your cousin reaches for the headlights. Mossy, welcome home. You're finally where you're meant to be. Ah, it's not creepy at all. The figure steps out of the light, disappearing back into the darkness of the woods. An offhand comment in Discord, seems like episode 5 won't come out until the last couple months in the year. I mean, yeah, I kind of figured it wouldn't be for until at least the latter half of the year, like maybe October onwards. So yeah, I definitely have time to do some more run-throughs. I'm excited either way. From the relative safety of your cousin's uncomfortable guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in those moments. For now, you're safe and you're warm. Sorry. Tuesday morning awaits. Wake up. You open your eyes. The sun has risen, the birds are singing. You are still alive, and for now, you are safe. Your gaze wanders across the room to the window and the woods beyond. You wonder if the monsters are lurking there, right now, just beyond the trees, ready to pounce as soon as you leave the crumbling estate. A familiar unease settles into your gut, tangling into a knot of anxiety wriggling as the events of last night play out in your head. You can't help but remember the sight of pale faces jeering at you as they carry Gretchen's poor little body into the underbrush. Yeah, poor Gretchen. You're not sure if you'll ever feel okay again after what you've seen, but you can't stay in bed forever. Hunger pulls you from the clammy depths of the mattress. Yeah, let's check on our possum friend, Dustin. You open the drawers to check in on Dustin. Oh yeah, that's right, we made him a little nest. Ugh, sorry, one sec. Oh good, he's still here. Human is back. Good morning, Dustin. I see you have a bread now. Have you met Frou Frou? Can I have my clothes back? Good morning, Dustin. How are you today?
Dustin feel good. Had productive night.
Yeah, I see you have bread now.
Yes, Dustin found bread. Dustin also ate a bug last night. Good night for Dustin.
Have you met Frou Frou?
Monster.
That's so cute. Yeah, maybe Dustin, because maybe the local wildlife knows about the ditchlings. Can I talk to you about something horrible that happened last night?
Human can always talk to Dustin.
What happened? Oh, he's our emotional support possum. I love him. The woods are full of big scary monsters. Yeah. The woods are full of big scary monsters.
Dustin understand. World is full of big scaries. When Dustin gets scared, Dustin pretend to be dead. Good advice for human, maybe.
Yeah, can I have my clothes back, please? I mean, I don't want to disturb your nest, but...
These Dustin's clothes now. No give back. Dustin bite if tried to take.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Good. Dustin not bite. Dustin will bite. Oh, Dustin not want to bite, but Dustin will bite.
Oh, it was nice catching up with you, Dustin. Little cutie.
Okay.
I love him. You gently close the door. Yeah, let's see if... Yeah, poke around the closet. Great, the doll didn't move during the night. Maybe it isn't haunted after all, though after everything you went through yesterday, that's hardly a consolation. Look out the window. Wayne being a fucking creeper. You creep towards the window, careful not to be seen by whatever might be lurking in the garden. I really wish I could do the Friday the 13th Jason sound effect. For a second you thought you saw movement. It could have been an animal, could have been something else. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Alright, leave the window. Maybe you'll head out there and investigate after you've finished waking up. Time to start your day. Now I'm gonna take another sip of water. Important to stay hydrated. You're back in the kitchen. Frou-Frou eyes you from her favorite spot on the counter. Her pupils dilate and her tail twitches. I see you are still here. How unfortunate. Excuse me, ma'am, may I pet you? I don't want to be here either. Have you noticed anything weird around here? Excuse me, ma'am, may I pet you? I believe we have been over this. That filthy pair of hands will not befoul my fur. Have you noticed anything weird around here? We ran into these horrible things in the woods last night, and— Silence! Do you know what time it is? Quiet your awful little mouth. Your voice is the only horrible thing I have witnessed as of late. Hey. Oh, hey. You sure took your time getting up. It's like 8 a.m. Yeah, I had a really rough night. Can you cut me some slack? Yeah, it's like 8 a.m. Is that late? It's late for someone who was supposed to be at work half an hour ago. Like me. I don't want any repeats of last night. From now on, no running around in the woods after dark. It's dangerous out there. You could fall down a cliff. You could get stuck in a hidden cave somewhere. You can get lost in the woods and never be found. Just because nothing happens here doesn't mean it's safe. I want you home by sunset from here on out. Aren't you the boss? How can you be late? Yeah, that is true. Can I hang out with you today? I don't want to be by myself. I tried getting home by sunset. I was just attacked. I mean, honestly, yeah, I tried getting home. I was attacked by a mountain lion. Then get home before sunset. Well, fucking thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to be nice to Tabitha this run, so I'm just gonna say I'm sorry. Sorry about last night. I had no idea what was going to happen, and I didn't think I'd worry you like that. Good. Glad we're on the same page. I'm late enough as it is. I'm going to work, and I expect to see you here at sunset. Tabitha takes a few steps towards the door. Sunset. Your cousin huffily exits the kitchen. Her footsteps fade down the hall, ending in the characteristic creak, then slam of the front door as it opens and closes behind her. Once again, you are the only human in the estate. It seems you make a habit of bad first impressions, no? The cat chuckles mockingly. Text from Stella. Hey, hope you're holding up okay. Or as good as you can with all the stuff we saw last night. I was up most of the night on cryptid forums. No real answers yet. I'm at the library now if you want to join. I have scones. Last night, feeling up for it today. So I did go to the library. Like, my last run through, I mostly hung out with Stella, Kanika, Avery, and, like, that group. I didn't... I'm not... Oh, man, I don't know. I'll just say I'll be there in a little bit. Still waking up. I want to see if I can explore other options. And that's that. Time to start your day. First things first, let's make a PB&J. Sure, Stella might have scones at the library, but scones are later. PB&J is now. You quickly scrape together the ingredients and gobble up a delicious breakfast. Man, I could go for a PB&J. And that's that. Let's go investigate the garden. As your eyes wander to the garden door, you shudder, remembering the brief glimpse of something you saw from your upstairs window. Honestly, with the mystic trait that I have in this run through now, I wonder if it'll unlock any secret dialogue or information when we find the weird goo next to Wayne's footprint. It was probably just a raccoon, but the uncertainty of what you saw gnaws at you and compels you to investigate, if only to prove that it was nothing. At the very least, you don't see anything now. Let's investigate further. Hell yeah. You wander farther into the garden, trying to pinpoint the spot where that thing had been lurking, if indeed there had been a thing to begin with. Check the ground for clues. Here we go. You crouch down, pushing aside the greenery to examine the soft earth. A boot print, a big boot print, and what looks like some kind of viscera. Your thoughts turn to the specter from the night before. You snap a quick photo just in case it comes in handy later. Oh, that's cool. We did not have the option to text it to Stella. Guess that makes sense. With that, you head back inside. Time to figure out what to do with the rest of your day. You should make things up to your cousin, screw going to town, try to clean the guest bedroom instead. Which last night, the last thing you need is to be sucked into more adventures. You're not going to leave the estate. You're going to do what you were told and wait for it to get back. Let's try, like I said, I'm trying to be nice to Tabitha this run, so. The most fun move is not to play. If you're going to have to keep using that ungodly bathroom, you're going to at least make sure the surfaces have been bleached. Yeah, literally just douse the entire room. Just gonna get a fire hose of bleach and just spray the whole room 5 times over. You scrounge for cleaning supplies, finding a few dusty containers and spray bottles, none of which you recognize. They all feel like antiques, but they're the best you have. Armed with a rag and a trash bag, you set to work. And gloves, I hope. It is a monumental task, and it nauseates you to think about just how many years of caked-up dirt, grunge, and former fluids you have to scrub away to return some semblance of normalcy to the bathroom. Oh, hey! It actually looks nice. That might be as much as you can do without a pressure washer. Yeah, exactly, and renovations. But at least taking showers here won't make you feel dirtier than when you started. But your... Oh, what was that? But your admiration of a job adequately done is interrupted by the sudden heavy thunk, thunk, thunk of a metal door knocker, the sound seeming to reverberate its way down your spine. Yeah, someone's at the front door. Before you get the chance to decide whether or not to answer, it opens. Oh my god. Oh, hi, Sybil. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't scare you. Something about this woman is impenetrable, and you feel small and almost naked in her presence. But you feel no threat, no malice. Not yet anyways. And then the moment passes, and you see only the older woman before you. My name is Sybil. I'm a friend. I'm a family friend. Just thought I should stop by to check in on you. Stella came by my tea room last night. She told me about what you saw out in the woods, and she showed me her footage too. I brought some fresh tea. Let's settle in somewhere and talk. You and the old I love how it's the old hippie. You and the old hippie make your way back to the kitchen. She gives one of Tabitha's few mugs a thorough rinse before pouring you steaming tea from her thermos. The smell is amazing, a nostalgic, earthy odor reminiscent of fall, as if it was brewed with autumn leaves. I love anything like fall themed or fall related, I guess. Like stuff that's Halloween themed. They're very, and I'm not just talking about pumpkin spice though. Admittedly, I do enjoy some pumpkin spice here and there. Like, not obsessed with it as many people are, but it is fun. But not just pumpkin spice, but like, I don't know. There's something very specific in particular about smells and flavors around Halloween and autumn that I adore. Hydration break. I really need to get a like water bottle with a straw or something, so I'm just not drinking water out of a cup. So you're Kanika's mom? You said you were a family friend? That I am. I used to know Vivian, in fact, before she left town. Maybe if you find yourself with time to kill one of these days. Ooh, I'm gonna burp. I could tell you unsavory tales of her youth. I was a little less close with Pearl Ann, not for lack of trying. She was quite the character, bless her, and may she rest in peace. So you're Kanika's mom? Oh, that's right. You've met each other already, haven't you? She said you'd come around already. And yes, she's my daughter. You may meet Miles at some point. That's my youngest. Though it's odd to call him that now that he's nearly an adult. It's just the three of us down at the general store. Let's take a step You take a sip of tea. It tastes not unlike a rotten log, but somehow somehow isn't unpleasant. Like you're tasting a hike through dawn-dampened woods. Oh, that sounds amazing. It leaves a refreshing, citrusy aftertaste, like a cool breeze sweeping the leaves from the path the tea left on your tongue. It's sort of like how there are certain Etsy shops that I like, or at least used to before Etsy, like, went so downhill, that would make perfume and, like, oils and stuff, and there was one that was, like, it smelled like graveyard dirt and, like, lilies, and, yeah, it was so nice. I don't know why, I just love the smell of graveyard dirt. Sybil was right, you can already feel it begin to ease some of the strain and tension from last night's events. Maybe it was graveyard dirt and violets, I don't know. I hope you like it. This is my new chaga, I assume? That's how that is pronounced? Chaga? Chagay? I'm just gonna say chaga. This is my new chaga and lemon balm blend. I love experimenting with local ingredients. Did you still seem to think you had some knowledge of the occult? What did you want to talk to me about? Do you know anything about what we saw last night? If you want to tell me about those things in the words, I don't want to hear it. Thanks for tea. I was kind of looking forward to my day of isolation. How was it, lady? I don't have all day. Stella seemed to think you had, some knowledge of the occult. Or, yeah, let's ask, what did you want to talk to me about? Of course, I suppose it's time to cut to the chase, as difficult as it may be to discuss. I know what you two went through, and I know what you saw. Those things are real, neither of you imagined them, and they're certainly no ordinary creatures. My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they're a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. I've told Stella and my daughter what I know, though I'm afraid that's not much. How do you know all this? So they're dangerous. There's something bad's coming. We need to get people out of here. Can we do about stopping what's coming? There was a man on the way home last night. I don't know if this is something you'd know about, but when Tabitha and I were on our way home, there was this man in the road. It was dark, but he had a miner's jacket on. He knew my name, and there was something off about him. Oh yes, that would be Wayne, probably. He's a bit of an addled local. You don't have to worry about him. He's harmless, just very sick. But do you let me know if he bothers you again, dear? How do you know all this? Yeah, how do you know all of this? People tell stories and I listen. Granted, it's not every day you meet somebody who's seen a ditchling and lived to tell the tale, so I suppose I should count myself lucky to know about them at all. And you should count yourself lucky too. So they're dangerous? Are they going to start attacking people? I think you understood me. They're not dangerous on their own. Think of them more like birds flocking before a storm. Or sort of like, there's that old legend, if you see the Grimm, like the black dog. The version that I've heard about that legend is if you see the black dog 3 times, it means you're gonna die. Like your death is imminent and a certainty. They're neither a threat on their own nor the cause of what's to come. Or like, isn't Mothman is also sort of supposed to be an omen that something terrible was gonna happen, or something terrible is about to happen. They're neither a threat on their own nor the cause of what's to come, merely a sign that things are not as they should be. What kind of destruction are we talking about here? Yeah, what kind of destruction are we talking about here? If you'd seen just 1 or 2, I'd say it could be a bridge collapse, a bad accident, something tragic but not devastating. Stella was wearing a... Oh yeah, that's right! Ooh! Stella was wearing a Mothman shirt on Monday. I did not catch that or make that connection. Keen eye. But this many, multiplying like they are, I couldn't tell you. What can we do about stopping what's coming? I'm afraid I don't have any good answers to that, but I suppose the best we can all do is stay close to our loved ones. I'd say that would mean Tabitha should try to stay here with you, spend some time with her only living relative while she can, but I get the feeling she cares a little too much about her work to let herself leave it for that long. You could always go to her, maybe that would bring her a little joy, even if she might struggle to admit as much. Yeah, let's just do all the explore options. Something bad is coming. We need to get people out of here. Leave and go where? These people's whole lives are in this town. Their homes, their histories, their families. Most of them don't have the kind of money it would take to start new somewhere else. You can try to convince them, but I think you'll find it a difficult task. But that... I think this was helpful. No offense, but that all sounds far-fetched. It sounds like you're saying this is magic or something. Are you out of your mind? I may not have a fair explanation, but I don't believe in magic monsters. No offense. No offense, Sybil, but all of this sounds far-fetched. It sounds like you're saying this is magic or something. I appreciate your skepticism. Still like talk to my daughter. But believe me when I say I'd gladly welcome any other explanation. Unfortunately, I struggle to find one. Hello? There is a sound somewhere above you, a creaking floorboard, betraying a shifting presence. There is something in the room above you. Maybe it's just Dustin. You heard that too, didn't you? Fuck. You know, dear, I was planning to stop by the mines for a quick chat with your cousin. Maybe it would be a good idea if you came along. I don't like the thought of you being alone in this big house. Why don't we go find out what the fuck that fucking creaking was? Not with the town the way it is right now. I'm scared. There's another creak from above. Leaving suddenly seems like a very good idea. And yet, that thought feels like it's not entirely your own. God damn it, Sybil! Okay, in episode 4, Sybil was absolutely doing some mind control shit to get us to leave and not have Kanika come with us. And she's doing it again! I swear to God, Sybil is secretly evil. I bet she's secretly the big bad evil guy. It unsettles you, though not as much as the sounds coming from the floor over your head. Is something in the estate telling you to leave? You think this place is haunted? This place is definitely fucking haunted. I love mystical around Sybil. Hell yeah. Also, hey, welcome back, Bread Baked 123. Do you think this place is haunted? Let's get out of here. I want to go see her. If you're already going, wait, can I can just do that. No! Do you think this place is haunted? If it is haunted, I wouldn't doubt that you'd find out as soon as you were alone here for too long. Sounds to me like whatever might be here is already restless to have you to itself. It's kind of hoping to go back to town, but if you're already on the way, I guess I can do that just after seeing Tabitha. Yeah. I wanted to go see her anyway. It was going to get boring staying here all day. Wonderful, let's go. Fucking witch. Witch derogatory? Neither of you waits around to see if the sounds will continue. I bet... Okay. That creaking was probably Wayne. And I bet Sybil doesn't... Because Wayne is, like... As much as I tried to avoid him as much as possible in my last playthrough, Wayne is more than likely just trying to... I mean, he is trying to protect us at all costs, which is the problem. But, yeah, for some reason he's trying to protect us, and we don't know why yet. But I have a feeling that Sybil sort of wants Wayne, like, out of the way so that she can influence us more. Like, she probably doesn't want to be around Wayne or anything like that. That's my prediction, at least. Neither of you waits around to see if the sounds will continue. So yeah, that creaking upstairs was probably Wayne. You quickly make your way back to the door and out into the inviting autumn air. Because Wayne showed up in episode 4. Spoilers for episode 4. But if you're watching the hardcore mode, I assume you've already either seen, like, playthroughs for the rest of the game or have seen, or have played it yourself. Wayne showed up when Reese was transforming to, like, and saying, like, to get away from him, like, he was there to protect us from Reese. So I imagine that was Wayne and he was there to try and protect us from Sybil. That's what I think. You quickly make your way back to the door and out into the inviting autumn air. You're once again surprised by the freshness of the mountain breeze, your lungs having grown accustomed to the stale, dusty air of the estate, not realizing how much they were being suffocated. Man, I do sort of miss living, like, far out in the country and in the woods and everything, because Man, an early morning deep breath of just forest air. It's so nice. So nice. At least it's a pleasant day for a walk. It really is nothing like the mountains in autumn. It's true. Yeah, like I said, I've never been to the Appalachian Mountains. I've never been to that side of the country, but I would love to visit. It seems gorgeous. There is something comforting about the woman's presence. She exudes a warmth, her smile feeling like kindly approval, even though you feel you've done nothing to earn it. It's a mask. It's all a mask. She's secretly evil, I swear. Were you born here? How did you wind up in this town? Do you know much about my family? So is there a Mr. Sybil? Is there a church in town? I feel like I could use some religion right about now. I also, okay, I want to try I was suspicious of the pastor on my last playthrough. I want to try and be friendly with him and like try and befriend him on this one. Yeah, do you know much about my family? Any history I should know about? Oh yes, everyone here knows quite a bit about your family. You founded the town after all. Your family and the history of this town are completely intertwined, for better or worse. Your well, I'm not exactly sure how many greats that would be. Some distant grandfather of yours started the mine, which started the town. The town nearly collapsed into ruin after the collapse of 1918, and once again your family pulled it back up. Now here we are. I'm not sure what else there is to say. What do you want to know? The collapse? Like, an economic collapse, or... is it really just me and Tabitha? That big house must have been loaded. Yeah, the collapse, like an economic collapse, or... We've certainly had our fair share of those, but no. There was a mine collapse in 1918. The town lost so many souls that day. Men and boys. This was before child labor laws came into effect in these parts. As if the collapse wouldn't have been bad enough tragedy on its own, there had to be children involved. You may have seen the mural in the library. I'm sure if you ask about it, Oscar would be happy to fill you in on any more details you might want to know. But the tall and short of it is, there was another man working for your family who took the brunt of the town's anger. Charles Shaw. Something about some damaged struts he approved. They ran him out on a rail, or so they say. It seems your family avoided most of the blame, especially since they managed to pull the town back together afterwards. I wonder if, like, we're cursed because of, we let the Shaws... Well, we're cursed because one mine collapse, and all the spirits of all those miners and kids, unfortunately. But also, maybe because, we let the Shaws take the fall for it. Our family kind of sucks. Like, the Scarlets aren't great. Hydration break. Just guzzling water today, damn. Hard to remember to be angry at someone when they're the reason you have food on your table. I mean... I'm anti-capitalist, so... I'm anti-capitalist pro-union rights, so... So our mine is the whole reason this town exists. Is it really just me and Tabitha? Why are there so few of us left? I suppose fate is crueler to some than to others. In a lot of ways, your family has been very fortunate. But the Scarlets have seen their fair share of death as well. Maybe more than their fair share. Yeah, we're cursed. So our mine is the whole reason this town exists? I'd say so. If it fails, I'm not sure anybody would be able to stick around for long. That being said, I suppose everything has to end eventually. One shouldn't plan on things to continue on exactly the same forever. This is true. A big house. It must have been loaded. Do you think we're still loaded? It's really not my place to speculate about people's finances. But you've seen the state of the place. I think that speaks for itself. Jeez, okay. Yeah, is there a Mr. Sybil? There was, but unfortunately he passed about a year and a half ago, give or take. Life up in the hills can be hard on people for all kinds of reasons, even if you never step foot in the mines. Were you born here? How did you wind up in this town? My family has been in these hills for generations, possibly even longer than yours. I'm married into the general store, though. Before that, we were just your standard hill folk. Kept to ourselves, fended for ourselves. Certifiable granny. In the old gods of Appalachia way, I mean. That's why I know so much about the local flora. That kind of knowledge was vital for all the generations that came before me to survive out here. Is there a church in town? I feel like I could use some religion right now. Yeah. Is there a church in town? I feel like I could use some religion right about now. Yes, though it's not exactly in the best condition. It's a very, very old building, and I don't think any pastor has been able to keep up with the kind of maintenance it needs. Not many people go up there. Seems no one wants to pray in a church that's threatening to fall in on them. My daughter also says she finds the current pastor creepy, but I think he's a nice enough young man. Yeah, I initially found him super creepy, and I know this, like, I'm aware that this is probably narrow-minded of me, but I'm generally, in these sort of stories and settings, I'm generally pretty suspicious of, like, you know, southern pastor types, because they're usually the bad guys. But the pastor in this gives me undiagnosed neurodivergent, so I wanna try and be nice to him this time around. Just struggles with people, which isn't the best position to find yourself in if your job is people. Yeah, exactly. This is why I don't do customer service jobs. What do you think of Stella? Such a ray of sunshine. Even with everything that's happened to her, she tries to smile through it all. An admirable young woman, if you ask me. What do you think of Tabitha? She works too hard, but I suppose that's the burden she carries, what with your family's mind around. Can't be doing her any good, though. I'm sure that has something to do with her disposition. Bless her heart. Continue on in silence. Oh, hey! The two of you are interrupted by a woman jogging towards you. Joan, wonderful to see you, as always. Have you met Mossy? Sybil. And no, we haven't met. Joan here is our resident doctor, and Mossy is Vivian's kid, of course, in town for the funeral. I put that together. You're pretty. Am I going to have to meet the whole town? Hi, Joan, do you know my cousin? Do you know anything about the weird little parasitic doughy creatures in the woods? Have you met me for some reason? I'm gonna try and be friendly. I am not, okay, I'm trying to take alternate routes and everything. I am not fucking being nice to this bitch. Spoilers, she poisons her own son. I don't care if he's a demon or not. Like, I'm fully team race right now. I'll be nice for now. Although, I am, like I said at the end of my episode 4 playthrough, I am curious to see if there's a way that we can be on Reese's side, but also not have Joan get killed. It's Dr. Kelly to you. People my son's age don't get first name privileges. Like, hey, fucking Mish. How's Reese doing? Any better these days? Dr. Kelly lets out a small, frustrated sigh. He's surviving, same as usual. You know that. Also, I do think, if you've seen episode 4, I do think that Sybil is the one, is the person Joan got the weird plant from that she uses to poison Reese. I think Sybil is the one who gave it to her. She said she's familiar with local flora, so. Her son has a rare condition. Do you make a habit of sharing that kind of private information with anyone who wanders into town? Tell him Kanika says hello. I get the feeling she and Stella miss seeing him. Oh, you know, since you're here, maybe we should set them up for a visit this week. Doesn't that sound nice? Mossy could come too. Sybil, they're adults. We don't need to set them up on play dates. And you know how easy it is for him to tire himself out. It's not worth it. I need to get home and get him his meds. You mean his poison? I can't stand around talking all day. The woman starts her jog again, her pace faster than before, almost as if she's running away from the awkward interaction. She's a bit of a brusque woman, isn't she? But her heart is in the right place. Sure. Anyway, we should be on our way too. It's not much further now. She was right. It takes very little time to reach the Scarlet Hollow mines. A humble exterior greets you at the place that made your family his fortune. Your cousin just so happens to be at the gates, but it seems you aren't the only visitors she's dealing with at the moment. This is ridiculous. You can't fire me for having a damn cold. This has got to be some kind of, I don't know, rights violation. It is. You aren't tired, Terrence. You're late. You aren't fired, Terrence. You're laid off. Cutbacks, cutbacks had to be made, and obviously I'm going to prioritize those cutbacks on workers who have a habit of missing shifts. Fair. I had mono. I was puking my guts out. I couldn't crawl my sorry ass into that pit, and you wouldn't have wanted me there anyway. And you only give us 3 days a year to get sick. It's a shit system. Yeah. Again, I'm fully workers' rights. You don't have a note from a doctor. I can't just take you at your word. If you wanted extra sick days, you could have had them with the proper paperwork. Don't forget, by not showing up, you put extra pressure on your coworkers to pick up your slack. And that's not fair to them. And if you have a tendency to get sick like that, maybe you shouldn't be working in a place like this to begin with. As for your lodgings, I'll give you 2 weeks to move out. Hell with you, and your damn mind, and the shit house you've had me living in. It'd all be better off a heap of rubble. The miner kicks the dirt in a final act of frustration, but wanders off, leaving Tabitha standing steadfast at the gates. Sybil? Mossy? What are you doing here? I wanted to have a word with your cousin here, and I had some business with you as well. Though it looks to me like you're busy, I wouldn't want to impose. Why don't you drop by the team room sometime this week, Tabitha? Yeah, sure. I'll swing by tomorrow. Wonderful. I'll be on my way, but it was lovely meeting you, Mossy. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around town. That's it. I have to run and get more water in a minute. The woman finally leaves, and you're alone with your cousin once again. Well, so much for you not intruding on my work. Come on, I guess I'll babysit you in my office. Banned. Oh, it's so funny. Just don't make yourself a burden, alright? I have a lot to do today. I think there's a presence in your house, Tabitha. Who was that lady? Tabitha, this is urgent. Sybil said the things I saw last night are an omen of impending doom. Something very bad is going to happen in this town. What was... yeah, who was that lady? Oh, I'm sure she introduced herself. Tabitha, you're going to ruin your posture sitting like that. Oof. I'm sure she introduced herself. Sybil runs the weird hippie tea room in town. Her daughter hates me. Honestly, I find her nosy and annoying, and I don't like that she decided to come up and see you without even asking me first. It's weird. And I think there's a presence in your house, Tabitha. A presence? What, like a ghost? Just because it's a creepy old house doesn't mean it's haunted. Not even Stella thinks it's haunted. Or she'd be banging down my door to film some video in my house. In a building as big and old as the estate, there are going to be noises. It shifts in the wind. Doors slam on their own. You'll get used to it soon enough. Or you'd better, because I don't need you running to me every time you hear a creaky floorboard. Tabitha, this is urgent. Yeah, well, what was all that layoff stuff about? There's nothing you have to worry about. Running a business isn't all sunshine and roses. In fact, it's almost never sunshine and roses. Sybil said the things I saw last night. Yeah. Tabitha, this is urgent. Sybil said the things I saw last night are an omen of impending doom. Something very bad is going to happen in this town. Ooh, I need to remember to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, but I just saw some things on my Steam wish lists are on sale. So that's gonna be fun. Sybil says a lot of things. She's one of those tea leaf reading fortune teller types. I really wouldn't take her vague warnings seriously. Don't get yourself all worked up over what some old lady told you about the end times or whatever she was going on about. I cleaned the guest bathroom. Kinda glad things worked out this way. Yeah, I cleaned the guest bathroom. You what? But there could have been important stuff in there. Sure, it was messy, but it's not like it was unsanitary. Girl, that was... It was a plague room. Like... It's not like it was unsanitary or anything. What gives you the right to throw things away just because they look like trash to you? Girl, this is... That is some hoarder mentality. I don't appreciate people coming into my space and moving things around. Don't try to be helpful again, got it? It was a health hazard. And yeah, what stuff of value is gonna be in a like a dirty, disgusting guest bathroom that you've obviously haven't been in forever? If I'm the one using it, I get to decide how clean it's going to be. Do you want me to put all the garbage back? God, again, I want to be nice to Tabitha on this playthrough, but I don't know which one to pick. I'm just gonna go with it was a health hazard. Yeah, because it's true. It was a health hazard. It was a health hazard. It was disgusting. As if. Perlan used that bathroom. Maybe the bathroom is why she died. Have you thought of that? Perlan used that bathroom until the day she died, and besides the sleep apnea, she was fine. Whatever. Hopefully you've learned your lesson and we won't have to have this conversation again after you throw away precious family heirlooms thinking they're trash. What fucking heirlooms were you keeping in there? Tabitha clears her throat, clearly still seething but trying to cover it back up. I have to get back to work. Try not to bother me. I need to concentrate. Tabitha is on her way of becoming on her way to becoming a hoarder. She returns to her place behind the desk and proceeds to ignore you. As you settle in, you take in the details of her office. You're surprised to see a poster of what looks like Stella. She has apparently been banned from the mines. Stella isn't the only likeness captured on the walls of your cousin's trailer. On either side of Tabitha's desk are portraits of older people, a woman and an old-timey man. A shotgun... Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. A shotgun hangs menacingly over the desk. Besides that, there isn't much else to see. Do your workers only get 3 days off? Do they also get vacations? Or, yeah, for reals, what the is there a poster of Stella saying she's banned? Where's the people on the walls? Yeah. Do your workers only get 3 days off? Do they also get vacations? Or, I don't need to discuss the intricacies of how I run my business with you. I'm the only one making decisions because I'm the only one who knows what needs to be done for this place to stay running. And I don't need someone who's never run so much as a startup to try and tell me how I should be operating. I mean, that all just sounds like excuses to exploit your workers, girl. It's not like I can take any time off either. I'd kill for 3 days. Ugh. Who are those people on the wall? I'm sure you recognize Perlan at this point. And the other one is Enoch, our great-great-grandfather, who saved the mine from ruin after they collapsed. The idea was to have all the family members who own the mines up on this wall, but I don't think Perlan was too excited to have great-grandma Eddie staring down at her all day, so we're missing one. Can't blame her. I remember that woman well enough to know why she wouldn't want the reminder. A hanging Chekhov. Oh, you're right. Chekhov's shotgun. Hell yeah. Yeah. Chekhov's senses tingling. Why is there a gun in here? Yeah. Oh, that? Ugh, it's Perlan's. She thought it was intimidating. It's a little old-fashioned, though, don't you think? When I took over the mines, I never really took the time to renovate, and now that she's dead, I don't know, it feels wrong to change anything. At least until she's in the ground. Ugh, why am I telling you this? Ha, you're opening up. You never call Perlan Mom. I learned there was a big mine collapse up here. It's important of Doom stuff has me worried. Miners working in the same mine that collapsed? Yee. Did they have to dig out people's bodies? Yee. Yeah, you never called Perlan Mom. We didn't have that kind of relationship. I can tell. God, you really talk a lot, don't you? Yep, I'm bored. Why is there a poster of Stella? Why is there a poster of Stella saying she's banned from your property? Ugh. Go away, bot. No, not... Hang on. I have to switch to desktop just so I can ban this dude. One sec. Do-do-do. Time out. Ban. Go away. There we go. There we go. Sucks only having one monitor. Stella likes to poke around in places she shouldn't. She kept sneaking up here to film videos or whatever her excuse was. As if that's not a lawsuit waiting to happen. So she's banned. I mean, honestly, to be fair, that does sound pretty reasonable. Like, don't sneak in to fucking a mining operation. Yeah, it's dangerous. Don't do that shit. Really admire your leadership. Hell no. I learned there was a big mine collapse once. Do you think something like that could ever happen again? Of course not. Yeah, because of course you would know that for a certainty. Jesus. Of course not. That only happened because of someone else's negligence. We don't make those kinds of mistakes, especially not with current mining technology. Sure. You're really tempting the fates right now. Our family trusted a man who we shouldn't have trusted. Charles Shaw. We cut corners, used cheap and damaged materials. People died because of him. You sure about that? So we never hired someone else from outside the family to help run this place ever again. Jeez, no wonder you're like, And what do you know? We've never come close to having another. And what do you know? We've never come close to having another collapse. I might be what people consider a tough boss, but I run a tight ship. And that's how you avoid accidents. I can keep focusing on work when there might be some catastrophe. Yeah, are the miners working in the same mine that collapsed? Did they have to dig out people's bodies? No, that particular shaft has been boarded up ever since. Most of the bodies weren't able to be recovered, not without the risk of making more. This is a difficult line of work. The men all know that. Yeah, this Portent of Doom stuff has me worried. How can you keep focusing on work when there might be some catastrophe waiting around the corner? I don't know anything about monsters in the woods, but if there's some kind of doom coming for this town, it'll be because I'm not able to do my job. Coal is a tough industry, Mossy, as I'm sure you know. The seams in these hills aren't exactly untapped either. This mine has been operating for almost 200 years. It'll run dry at some point, maybe even in my lifetime, but I'll do whatever I have to if it means this place lasts just a little longer. Over 100 people work for me, and for each of those people, this is it. This is the best job they're ever gonna get. I don't like doing layoffs. I don't like doing cuts. I don't like seeing my childhood home crumble around me. But every day I get up and do what needs to be done to save this town from ruin. Not that I believe anything when it comes to Stella and monsters, but who cares if you two saw a harbinger of doom? I see that every day. And then the sounds of machinery are joined by another sound, the angry grumbling of your stomach. PB&J was not enough to sustain you this long. You require more substantial sustenance. Getting kind of hungry. Let's take a lunch break. Are you hungry? I could pick us up something. There's a place to get food. A good place to get grub around here. Yeah. Are you hungry? I could pick us up something if there's a place to get food. Oh, I guess now that you mention it, yeah. The cafeteria has a mac and cheese I don't hate. It's the building with a big cafeteria sign on it. Try not to get lost. I don't need you falling down any mine shafts. You get up, leaving Tabitha's office and once again stepping out into the fresh air. This cafeteria sign isn't as obvious as Tabitha made it out to be. All the gray corrugated buildings look vaguely the same. You aren't quite sure what direction you should start heading in. Get directions from yeah. You approach the nearest group of miners. You could cut to the chase and ask where the cafeteria is, but you are here among the workers, unsupervised. What's the harm in asking if any of them have seen anything unusual? You got reason to be bothering us? Hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Anything weird lately? You know anything about a guy named Wayne? What do you think of Tabitha? Hey, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Yeah, we can put two and two together. We saw you wandering in with the boss. How can we help? See anything weird lately? Yeah, do you know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we knew him. He was such a cut-up, was that dude. What happened to him? The miners shift for a moment, uncomfortably glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy y'all said was, he's gone. That's all that matters. Yeah, press them. What happened to him? Ain't our place to talk about it. Least of all not with the boss's cousin. Okay. See anything weird lately? The Myers look you up and down. Weird how? Like weird animal sightings? Yeah, weird animal sightings? Nope. You've been talking to that townie? The one that the boss gave a lifetime ban to? Yeah, she's like a Bigfoot YouTuber or something. Her videos are actually pretty good. But you know, not now that I think about it, it's pretty weird. I haven't been seeing many animals at all lately. Used to be I'd see all sorts of critters. Now it's mostly birds. This is your first year up here, ain't it? It's not used to the seasons changing. All the animals are hibernating, that's all. Oh no, she's got a point. I've been up here 5 years now, and it's never been like this before. Yeah, maybe it's that global warming then. I think they're calling it climate change now. Any weird noises coming from the woods? Nah, Pete. We're underground most of the day, though. You know, I heard something unusual the other night. Thought it might have been an owl or something, but it didn't sound right. It was an owl. You're just not used to local wildlife yet. Any miners getting sick? Like more than usual? Nope, nothing like that. I feel fit as an ox. We have good working conditions in the mine, and our health is wholly looked after. Yeah, sure. I've got a couple of questions. So, what do you think of Tabitha? The miners stare at you, distrust in their eyes. Harrison chews her sandwich loudly. She works hard. She's a good enough boss. End of story. Okay. I'm looking for the cafeteria. I'm going to do you a favor and not tell you where it is. Oh, come on, Zax. Go easy on them. I am going easy on them. That calf is slop. You're better off grabbing a bite at the diner. Only good establishment in town. I don't know. The mac and cheese is pretty decent. The mac and cheese is the only thing that's decent, and we all know why that is. Come on, let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyways. So much for getting a straight answer. The cafeteria remains a hidden treasure, and you remain without a map. Alright, approach another group of miners. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin, can we help you with something? How do you know I'm Tabitha's cousin? We saw you walk in with her? Right, do any of you know a man named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you talking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? Saw him last night. Really creepy encounter, man. Oh, thank God. Everyone thought he was dead. Now, hold on. Creepy doesn't exactly sound like Wayne, does it? How do you know it was him? That's what Sybil has been calling him. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what Sybil has been calling him. Good woman. But I don't expect she'd know every mining fella in town by sight, if you catch my drift. Smith, you're losing me. I'm just saying, it'd be awfully strange for Wayne to still be in town, wandering around, following some stranger and not checking in with any of his buddies. Sounds to me like somebody got sick of work and is having a little fun playing hooky. The following though. Okay, yeah, that does sound a little unlike him. I thought his lady friend had him under lock and key. Just smells fishy to me. Until I see him face to face, I'm not convinced whoever's calling himself Sam Wayne ain't the very reason we haven't seen hide nor hair of the man. No, there's no way. He can't be. I'm not ruling it out. If you want my theory, that girlfriend of his, he wasn't the first to catch her eye. Any one of her jilted ex-lovers would have seen them sneaking around and gotten a little hot under the collar, if you catch my meaning. The miners are silent for a moment, glancing between each other nervously as they imagine the possibility. I told him not to get involved with her. I told him. Yeah, who is Wayne seeing? We still, as of episode 4, still don't know who Wayne's girlfriend is, though I am 90% sure it was Tabitha. Whoa now. If you don't know, there's no way I'm poking that wasp's nest. Forget we said anything. Unless I'm just forgetting that it was confirmed that it was Tabitha. I might be forgetting that. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block. Yeah, come on, don't dangle something like that. Look, I just don't want to cause any trouble. Enough people are losing their jobs as is. I've got mouths to feed. Losing their jobs, and in Sam Wayne's case, disappearing. We've already said too much. Come on, boys. As Smith and Rodriguez turn to leave, Isaacs hesitates. I'll be just a minute, guys. Your funeral, man. I wanted to ask you something in private. I'm about to grab something from the caf if you don't mind joining. How serendipitous. You still don't know where the cafeteria is, but this haggard young man has, of his own accord, offered to share his wisdom with you. I was actually looking for the cafeteria. Yeah. I was actually looking for the cafeteria. Great, let's take a walk. You follow the hard-faced young man, an anxious energy in his step, as he escorts you to a building whose cafeteria sign was definitely much smaller than Tabitha made it out to be. This brings me back. You line up at the steaming piles of subpar food, undoubtedly made as cheaply as possible, judging by your cousin's business practices. Still, it smells good enough, and you find your mouth watering in anticipation of the bland offerings. You said something earlier about seeing Wayne? The young man's voice is quiet and nervous. Did Tabitha see him? Did she say anything to you about him? Tells you everything I know, can't talk. Are you asking me? I told you everything I know, yeah. Shit. Look, Sam Wayne is a friend of mine, and he's been missing for over a week now. And I seem to be the only person around here who gives a rat's ass about it. And I'd be willing to bet the last person who saw him was... Oh, are we talking about a certain young man who may or may not have caught the boss's eye? That Sam Wayne fella, wasn't it? Whatever. If anyone asks, we never talked. Got it? I don't want to disappear too. So yeah, they were seeing each other. I just forgot about that. What's got that kid so jumpy? It's like he never heard of a guy running off because he got broke up with before. Yep, skip town over less. I've skipped town over less. Oh, it's my lucky day. They got chicken and dumplings. Oh, I wonder if I might have a can of chicken and dumpling soup in the cabinet. What do you guys know about this Wayne fellow? What do you guys know about this Wayne fellow? All I know is that a certain someone got involved with somebody he shouldn't have, and nobody in camp seen him since. I figured he'd just run off to live in that big mansion with his bail. The thought of a strapping young man like him with that sour-faced broad always left such a bad taste in my mouth. As if you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman of means showed the slightest bit of interest in you, or any woman at all. Fair enough. Are you talking about Tabitha? Yep. You'd best get going. Wouldn't want that hot meal to go cold. I don't really stay here any longer. Right, so yeah, I just forgot about that. You step back out into the weak sunlight, clutching the containers of various beige slops, and start making your way back towards her trailer. But you don't make it far before you're struck by an intense feeling. You recognize the hollow terror as the same thing you felt last night when you set eyes on that awful man in the miner's jacket. Yep, fucking Michael Myers. Marcy, I wish you could have stayed at the estate. It's dangerous here. In the clear light of day, his jacket is visible in perfect detail. This really is the Sam Wayne Isaacs was telling you about. Or at the very least, someone or something in his clothes. Yeah, let's go mystical. What are you? Flesh and blood, much like yourself. Do not fear me. I'm the only person in this town who truly cares about your safety. Don't forget that. Okay, but why, though? Why are you trying to protect me? Even if it's already too late to stop what's going to happen. Or where he was being attacked by the mountain lion. Yeah, what's going to happen? I'll be watching you. Oh, hey! I finally got raided. Welcome, guys. Playing Scarlet Hollow episode 2 on hardcore mode. I'm so happy. I've been waiting to get raided ever since I set the new sound alert for when I get raided. I'll be watching you. Walk back to Tabitha's office like nothing happened. Welcome. What is that? Ellis Ames, Seth Lily, Seth Lee. It's Barrymore. You usually continue on your way, returning to the hill. You casually continue on your way, returning to the hill where Tabitha's trailer is perched. She meets you at the door. Took you long enough. What, was there a line? I ran into that mysterious miner guy from last night, Wayne. He said, am I in danger here? Can you take me back to the estate? Why does weird stuff keep happening to me here? I think I should go home. Just heard some very interesting stuff, yeah. Yeah. I ran into that mysterious miner guy from last night, Wayne. He said mysterious things to me. How do you know it was the same guy? It's not like we got a good look. Girl. All we really saw was a jacket, a mining jacket, not that all the miners wear. And this guy you ran into at the mines also had one, because he's a miner who works here. If you want my opinion, I say they're playing some elaborate prank on you, which I will put an end to. But in the meantime, don't let them get to you so easy. Your cousin's attention is suddenly drawn elsewhere. She stares past you, focusing on something in the distance. Is that Stella? Oh, here we go. How many times do I tell her she's banned before she understands what that means? Tabitha shuts the door and you both march your way down the hill. But I have food. As you and I just imagine us doing all of this with me still carrying the trays of food. As you and Tabitha approach Stella, the two old-timers take notice and wander off. Tabby, Mossy, hey, I was just trespassing? Well, yeah, but I have good reason this time. Shit, I knew we needed to look out. Is there someone talking to you through an earpiece? Kanika, is that you on the other end? Stella hastily removes her earbud, muffling the other voice. Sorry, Tabby. It's just that Oscar's kid, Rosalina, has been missing since yesterday, so we decided to ask around to see if anybody had seen her. And while we were at it, we were also seeing if anybody had encountered these things we saw in the woods last night. Ditchlings. That Sybil's that are like little Mothmen foretelling doom. Like exactly what I said, Mothman. Another harbinger of doom. Stella. And also, there's this guy called Wayne who used to work here and who Kanika says is super creepy and sick, and Stella... Yeah? Just stop. Stop talking. It's not like I was filming or anything. I'm barely here, I promise. You are standing right in front of me. Extremely here. Why didn't you check the usual teen haunts for that kid? The Maxwell place, or the gas station or whatever. Anywhere but here, where you are explicitly not allowed to be. I mean, it's the site of one of the worst catastrophes that ever befell the town. If there's another one coming, it makes sense, doesn't it? That's what our research pointed us towards, at least. Our research? Who's we? You and Kanika? Yeah, she would think something awful was going to happen up here. She hates me and everything I stand for and thinks the town would be some bustling utopia if I wasn't around to ruin it. When in reality, we both know it wouldn't exist without me. Oh, look who it is. Whatever you're looking for, you're barking up the wrong tree, so just go someplace else before... Tabitha once again trails off. Both she and Stella have noticed the girl with the dark braid and glasses sneaking along the ridge. It's Rosalina! Kanika, we found her. She's headed up the hill. Up the hill. She's not headed for the old mine, is she? The one that collapsed? You better go after her before somebody gets killed up there. You've got to be kidding me. No, this is great. I'll just go let her know Oscar is looking for her, then we get out of your hair. Bye, Tabby. See you around. Stella hurries after the girl, disappearing over the hill. Damn it. Never going to finish my spreadsheets. Nobody needs to be playing around in those mines. We better go break this up. Oh, cool. So Tabby is gonna come with us when we break into the mines. I wonder if anyone's gonna die at the end of this episode. You can vaguely hear voices emanating from the boarded up entrance to the old mine. They went in? Still have no sense of self-preservation? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's cousin bonding time. We're going in after them. We have to go in there, don't we? That Wayne guy said I should look out for myself. Can't you do this alone? Oh yeah, it's cousin bonding time. Tabitha sighs. Sure, okay, you've worn me down. I don't like the thought of you walking around an abandoned coal mine, but I'd rather not leave you out here unattended while it gets dark. You should be safe enough with me there to guide the way. Tabitha huffs her way up through the mine entrance and disappears into the darkness. Follow her. Follow her and enter the mine. The inside of the mine is warmer than you'd expected, the air thick and wet. The ceiling hangs much lower than you are tall, forcing you and Tabitha to hunch over, your legs bent in a painful squat as you begin to navigate its maze of corridors. This is a rare place where your well-muscled frame feels like it might be more of a hindrance than a help. I take it you know which mine we're in. This isn't the one that collapsed 100 years ago, is it? The one that killed a bunch of people? I take it you're going to tell me either way. I am. This is the one you asked me about earlier, the one where a collapse killed 168 people. A man named Charles Shaw decided it was okay to use faulty wood for support struts, and the entire mine came down. Again, it wasn't Shaw, our fucking family, like he took the fall for our shitty family. It almost ruined our family. A lucky few died instantaneously, but for most of the souls who perished here, it was slow and agonizing. Trapped under rubble and left to slowly succumb to crush injuries or burns, or dehydration. It took a week to clear out most of the rubble and recover the bodies. Few survivors who were dragged out were never the same. Can't say I blame them. Yeah, what makes you so sure it was Charles Shaw's fault? God, that's morbid. Isn't that the price we pay for life? Is it supposed to be your idea of bonding? Yeah, what makes you so sure it was Charles Shaw's fault? It doesn't really matter whose fault it is. It's ancient history at this point. 100 years on, who cares about pointing fingers and passing blame? Everyone involved is long dead. What I care about are the 168 people who climbed down to their deaths that day, unaware of the hand they've been dealt until they were literally buried by it. None of us know the price we have to pay until our debt is due. Tabitha's ruminations are interrupted by a thunderous knock, echoing from deeper in the mine. Tommy knockers! A hateful and broken presence stirs in the deep. It doesn't want you here. Yee. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Yeah. That was a warning. We have to move fast before something terrible happens here. Hey, this place is haunted by the tragedies of the past, not by literal restless spirits. Don't go all ghost hunter on me. Whatever we just heard was probably another delinquent looking for a lifetime ban from my property. Come on, it came from this way. Tabitha hastens her pace and quickly disappears deeper into the mine. Follow her. You take a deep breath and follow suit. The deeper you progress into the mine, the heavier the air becomes. Coal dust hangs in thick clouds around you, even though this place was abandoned over a century ago. Echoing through the tight corridors, you and Tabitha can pick up snippets of a tense argument. I can't believe your dad sent people to follow you. That's messed up. I think that qualifies as harassment. You're right, Becca. It is messed up. I don't need him telling me where I can be. You could at least check in so he knows you're not dead. He loves you and worries about you. He's really not asking for much. Come on, kiddos. There's some real spooky stuff going on in town right now. You shouldn't be hanging out down here. We're not kids. Yeah, we're teens. Well, you look like a bunch of kids to me. Are those canned strawberry margaritas? Where did you even get those? Oh no, I know that isn't you, Miles. It had better not be you. Yeah, whatever, it's me. What are you even doing here? Looks like we found our trespassers. I still can't believe that Stella managed to drag Kanika out here. She avoids me like the plague. What's the deal with you and Kanika? Yeah, for real. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't hold anything against her aside from the fact that she's always hated me. She's probably just jealous about that Stella and I started spending time together. But that was years ago, so who knows? We love a love triangle. What do you think of Kanika? You're probably right. She's just jealous. I think she just hates our family. You are a little rough around the edges. That doesn't mean she has to give me a hard time. Okay, but you could be nicer. Yeah, but you could be nicer. Ugh, fine. Maybe I'll try. We'll see. Yeah, what do you think of Kanika? I think the two of us are more alike than she'd ever care to admit. I respect her, but don't tell her I said that. I wouldn't want to appear weak. Girl! Jesus. Let's move on, they're close. Oh, look who it is, the Scoobies. You breathe a sigh of relief as the tight passageways give way to a small cavern. Within, a group of teens engages Stella and Kanika in a heated argument. All of them are too caught up in the moment to notice you or Tabitha approach. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe, and we can hang out here whenever we want. Wait, Becca, I thought your dad was a charge hand. No, Alexis, he got promoted last month. Correction, your father was a foreman at the continuous mining facility. We'll see if he even has a job in the morning. What? Oh, shit. Oh, hey, Tabby. And Mossy, I guess you two got up to us. 2 Scarlets in one place, what luck. Well, at least maybe you two can talk some sense into these kids. They clearly don't respect my authority. Hey, don't talk about us like we aren't here. Yeah, we can hear you. Alexis, don't butt in. I'm trying to make a point. Do none of you understand what a boarded up mine entrance is supposed to mean? It means it's closed, condemned, not fit for human use. Oh, come on. This place is way sturdy. Check it out. I hate it when teen boys do that. The teen with the beanie jumps up and slaps a strut in the ceiling. Oh, was that the knocking we were hearing earlier? Oh my god, Zane, cut it out. You're embarrassing us. I'm sorry for Zane's behavior. I don't think he realizes how extremely 8th grade it is to jump up and hit things. No offense, Rosalina. None taken. The other 8th graders are totally immature. Not like you, Rosalina. You're chill and smart, too. Enough. The damage is already done. Now leave. I am putting my mother in the ground this week. I do not have the patience to deal with children. I can't believe I actually agree with Tabitha about anything. But this is the worst place I've ever been in my entire life, and I would like to see the sun again before I die. Oh, come on, guys. Maybe it's not a big deal. We used to do dangerous things all the time, and I still do dangerous things now. Who are we to tell them where they can hang out? It's a fucking abandoned mine shaft. It's one thing to hang out in, like, an old decrepit building. This is so infinitely more dangerous. I don't think you know... I don't know who you think you are in this situation, Stella, but I own this mine. It is entirely within my rights to tell them to leave, much like it is entirely within my rights to tell you to leave. Was your lifetime ban from my mines not a clear enough message for you? Hell yeah, Tabitha, tear this 20-something to shreds. Hey, I'm defending you, and I'm not sad. Where'd you get that idea? You're running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is running a clickbaity YouTube channel where you run around in the woods chasing nothing is extremely sad. So she's sad. So what? Give it a few years and you'll be sad too. The passage of time is inescapable. Look, we just wanted to give Rosalina a good time. Her home life sucks right now. Yeah, tell them about where you have to sleep, Rosalina. We've been living in the library for the past couple weeks. That says we can't stay at our house. So they've got a hot plate and a couple cots in one of the back rooms. It's actually a pretty sick setup. No, it isn't, Zane. Rosalina deserves better. I don't care about your home life. If you're going to do your underage drinking, go do it in the woods. Just get off of my property. Tabitha. Look, Rosalina, I'm sure Oscar has a good reason for all that. He's a good guy and he cares about you. He thinks our house is haunted. Oh. Wait, what? And I should care because it's such a bullshit excuse. I bet he couldn't afford it anymore and is lying to you to save face. What a coward. Becca, I don't think you can, like, say that about other people's families. Isn't that, like, bullying or something? Shut up, Zane. Back up. He says it's haunted? I can't believe he didn't mention it to me. I could investigate. There's no ghost, Stella. It would be cool if there was, but Becca's right. I just wish you would be honest with me and tell me what's really going on. It's like he doesn't think I can handle it, like I'm still a little kid. Ugh, you're all children. And now you realize how good you have it. Back in the day, each and every one of you would be pulling 12-hour shifts in this exact mine. If it weren't for child labor laws, the 5 of you might have some actual character. Exactly. Rosalina's not that mature anyway. She still sleeps with stuffed animals. That doesn't mean she's not mature. I still have pork chop, you know? I rest my case. Wait, what did you say about child labor? I'm not going to weigh in on this. It's between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I'm sure Oscar's doing this to protect you. How do you know there isn't a ghost? At this rate, I'd be surprised if your house wasn't haunted. Yeah, just have this conversation anywhere that isn't an abandoned mine shaft. I'm not going to weigh in on this. This is between you and your dad, and the two of you should talk about it anywhere that isn't here. I couldn't agree more. Yeah, if Rosalina's house is haunted, we should break in and, like, ghost bust it or something. Sounds pretty rad to me. Whatever gets you delinquents out of my mind. Oh my god, Zane, you can't ghost bust if there is no ghost. Also, Rosalina lives there. She can't break into her own house. There's no ghost that you know of. I bet if we could figure out how to bust it. I bet we could figure out how to bust it if it's actually real. And if it isn't real, well, problem solved. You know, Rosalina, you could always stay over at my house until Stella ghost busts your place. We have a finished basement with a pull-out couch. Why are you talking about this like it's a thing? It's not a thing. There is no ghost. I don't care, and I can't believe I've wasted this much time trying to argue with children. I'm washing my hands of this and calling the cops. Feel free to leave before they show up. You hear that, Miles? We're leaving. I suggest the rest of you kids leave this empty mine before someone gets black lung or gets crushed by rocks or meets any one of the many terrible fates people tend to meet in abandoned mines. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. That wasn't me, I swear. Then what was it? Come on, Stella, didn't you have a whole list of perfectly normal explanations for scary mine noises? It's Tommy knockers for sure. I know this isn't why we came down here, but we've got to check it out. They're an old Cornish myth, named for the knocking sound you can sometimes hear in mines right before collapse. Some say the knocking's a warning, while others say it's the spirits themselves bringing down the mines. Stella. I mean, that's not all they do. They're also sometimes just mischievous. Stella. I know. Weird stuff's been happening around here the past few days. What if this is our chance to get an actual solid lead? The stakes couldn't be higher. Do you have no sense of self-preservation? I want you out of here, Stella. Oh, come on, Tabby, you can come along too. If you guys are going after something spooky, count me in. Nobody is going deeper into the mine. Nobody is staying in the mine. You're all leaving. Please listen to Tabitha before my heart gives out. It'll be fun, Neeks. It will not. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. Wow, Kanika, maybe you weren't still scared of the dark or whatever, you would have noticed them sneak off. I noticed them sneak off, and like, I've been zoning out the whole time we've been here. Ugh, they must have squeezed through that child-sized tunnel. Dang, I always wondered where that goes. I've never been able to get these hips through there. Stella, stop sneaking into my mines. Please, I'm literally begging you. If only all the tunnels down here were wide enough for adults, we could already be done with this little mess. But no, there just have to be remnants from a bygone era. Oof. Didn't you just talk about how child labor was the good old days a minute ago? I was trying to get you to leave my mine. Pega's head pops out from the tunnel's entrance. They need to make that an emoji on the Black Tabby Games Discord. And that. We are not about to let you come in here and ruin our good time. The mine is safe. I've been here a million times. Yeah, if Becca says we're safe, then we're totally safe. Whatever. Come on, you two. I know a cool spot this way. Okay, I don't know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. Oh, I think I know where that tunnel rejoins the rest of the mines. I'll go look for them, and I want each and every one of you to take note of the fact that I'm doing that. If those idiots get themselves lost and die, I am not letting their families sue me into the ground. Are those really your priorities right now? Yeah, do you have a problem with that? I want the rest of you out of my mind. Except for you, Mossy. I'm not letting you out of my sight. Yeah, for sure. I could never fit in that tunnel anyways. They have crossed a barrier that I cannot, so my time here is up. But only because Stella promised me a ghost hunt tomorrow. Whatever. Still have to do my dailies anyways. And the service down here sucks. I will happily escort these 2 knuckleheads out. No, you are not about to weasel your way into the Stella. fucking that face. Oh, come on, Tabby. Been down here a ton. I can totally help out. Tabitha sighs. Ugh. There's no getting rid of you, is there? Fine, I won't waste my time arguing. What's the point of going after them? Could all just all leave. Do I have to come with you? Still, don't push. Don't push Tabitha's boundaries like that. I'm not getting in the middle of this. There's no way around it. Man, I want to be friendly to both Stella and Tabitha, but I don't know if that's a possibility. Isn't it just those kids? Something is... Ooh, yeah, let's do the mystical option. There's no way around it. It isn't just those kids. Something is calling out to us from down below. Noted. Let's not linger any longer than we have to, shall we? I'll see you on the other side, hopefully soon. For sure, we won't be long. Cool. Can't wait to bust some ghosts tomorrow. Kanika, Miles, and Zane head towards the entrance of the mines, leaving you, Tabitha, and Stella to find the remaining teens. Alright, no dawdling. We should be able to catch up with them if we go this way. You and Stella exchange a glance as Tabitha ventures forward. Venture deeper into the mines. As the three of you move deeper into the mine, you hear echoes of conversation bounce across the halls. But Becca, why are we doing this again? I thought you thought Tabitha was, like, really cool. Why are you trying to get her all mad? We're doing this because Tabitha is really cool. She doesn't let anyone boss her around, so we can't just let her boss us around. Oh, you hear that, Tabby? Someone thinks you're cool. I can't believe she used to hang out with a nobody like Stella. Hey. I don't know. I think Stella's kind of cool. Her videos are really neat. Oh, come on. She doesn't even have a sponsor. What kind of a YouTuber doesn't have a sponsor? I mean, not yet. But I'm talking with Meat Raz, and I make plenty from ads and donations. How does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool? Yeah, how does it feel to have a teen girl think you're cool, Tabitha? I feel nothing about it. The opinions of children don't interest me. I don't know. You kind of hesitated there. You're reading into things that aren't there, Stella. Just because your livelihood revolves around what people think of you doesn't mean that I care what people think of me. Congratulations on your sponsor, though. Thanks, Stella. Meat Rise? That's a big deal. They're on, like, every big podcast. Thank you, thank you. Feels like a really big step for the channel. I'm just glad they're not gossiping about me. Yeah, I know they're just teens, but some of that stuff stung. Another knock, closer, interrupts your thoughts. Followed by another, followed by another. Is it just me, or is that knocking coming from the same direction as those kids? It's not just you. Okay, that knocking is starting to freak me out. Calm down, Rosalina. It's just my sounds. Did you guys see that? No, it was just a shadow. There's no reason to get freaked out. I saw it. Shut up. There's nothing down here. Stop trying to scare me. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? What did they see? What if they're the ones doing the knocking? What if this is all just a terrible prank? Are we sure? Yeah. Are we sure the tunnel they went through is going to meet back up with us? Yes. I'm familiar with all of the old maps of this place. There should be a central chamber not too far from here where everything joins back up. What do they see? Tommy knockers. It's not Tommy knockers. They're probably just jumping at their own shadows. You said it yourself, Stella. As soon as they got out of our sight, their bravado... As soon as they got out of our sight, their bravado would vanish into a puff of smoke. It's probably just rocks falling somewhere deeper in the mines. Which is also bad for obvious reasons. Can't believe they're making us do this. They'd better get grounded when this is all said and done. As much as I appreciate the sentiment, I hope you're wrong. If they get grounded, it means people found out about this. I hate dealing with parents. Look on the bright side, Mossy. If they didn't come down here, we'd have missed out on a golden opportunity to get spooked. Tabitha glares at Stella. We're getting closer. Let's keep moving. As you progress deeper into the mine, the knocking grows more frequent. It's still distant, but it's much louder than before. Hydration break. The tunnel ends abruptly in front of you. A century-old ladder is the only way forward. In the darkness beyond, you can still hear the echoes of terrified teens, their panicked arguing bouncing down the pitch-black corridors. The pit radiates rage, a white-hot anger. It hates you, but at the heart of it, you can sense something else, the quiet hum of a darker presence. The heart calls to you, desperate to be witnessed. So yeah. The pissed off spirits of all the miners that died in the mines because it was our family's fault. And then, like, something else. And here we are. The tunnel they crawled through passes through the chamber below. It shouldn't be hard to find them once we get down there. I've never been this far in. Congratulations, Stella. You got what you wanted. Tabitha crawls up to the ladder and disappears over the edge. Alright, let's do this. Stella hoists herself over the edge and begins to climb down. What if one of them is gonna die down here? Fall them down into the pit. You walk to the ladder and climb down. I'm pretty sure this is the way back. Come on. Pretty sure? I thought you'd been down here before. Okay, maybe I didn't get this far in, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I definitely remember the way out. Hurry, I don't want to be down here anymore. Oof. I think it was actually this way. Oh, shut up. No one even wanted you to come with us anyway. Becca. Yep, they were close, all right. Good thing they're so damn loud. Sounds like they're really lost. The voices around you, those of the teens and your companions, sound odd, distant. Step forward. There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it. Walk towards it. You don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest. A desperate need to perceive and be perceived. Wrap yourself in the darkness of the pit. Hey, are you alright, Mossy? Bear witness. What do you think you're doing? Get away from there. Your cousin dives towards you, but woo! Yep. You said you wouldn't use— ooh, this is new. You said you wouldn't use this shipment. You know it's compromised. We couldn't afford to wait on new wood, Charles. We had to go ahead with it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. It was our family's fault and the Shaws took the fucking blame. Our family sucks. Sturdy enough. It'll get the job done. Mossy, are you alright? Oh, thank God you're alive. It looked like you had a seizure or something, and then you and Tabby just conked out. I'm fine. Ugh. You can barely open your eyes. You're not fine. Neither of you move a muscle. I don't want you straining yourselves while you're still recovering from whatever that was. I'm going to get you both some help. I'll be back soon, I promise. You fade back out of consciousness as your companion clambers out of the pit, intent on your rescue. Oh, jeez. You raise up on your elbows, head still swimming from the visions, your surroundings coming back into focus. Your head throbs as the knocking continues, now magnitudes more intense than ever. Through it, you once again hear the panicked voices of bickering teens echoing down the stone corridors. Becca, you're just getting us more lost. It's this way. If you're so sure, then why don't you just leave? I can't believe I let Alexis talk me into inviting you in the first place. Becca, I'm just trying to help. I said go. Okay, I will. Alexis, you don't have to go with her. You know that, right? Pick a side, Alexis. Gotta love the new Tommyknocker art. Hell yeah. Super sick. I'm sure Becca knows where we're going. She wouldn't just lie. Sorry, Rosalina. Oof, those kids are probably gonna fucking die. The increasingly desperate voices of the teens are drowned out by the thunderous knocking. You can practically feel the ground shake beneath you. can almost see the walls vibrate with the intensity of the hellish sound. God, that knocking is not helping my headache. What the hell just happened? Yeah, I'm just gonna keep picking the mystical ones. Both of us were shown the dark truth of this place. The sins that were committed. The deaths that followed. There's gotta be fumes or something down here. It's an old mine. These places are death traps. Probably just hallucinated. Are you literally gaslighting me? Yeah, how can you be so sure? Look, this kind of thing happens in mines sometimes, especially when there's bad ventilation. Stop being weird. We're leaving. Oh, there's Rosalina. Rosalina appears in the passageway to your left, out of breath and teary-eyed. I'm so sorry I snuck off like that. I just wanted Alexis to think I was cool. The entire cavern shakes with the sound of rockfall. I don't know what the hell is up with this knocking, but that is the sound of a mine collapse. Quick, up that ladder, both of you. Wait, Becca and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. Just, they'll listen to you this time, I promise. Do you have a death wish, little girl? This isn't a movie. The best we can do to help those girls right now is to not be buried alive ourselves. Ooh. I'ma save. And then go after Becca and Alexis. Okay, let's do this. Mossy, don't do this to me. If this gets Tabitha killed, I'm going to reload. I'm not leaving unless everyone leaves. They're kids, Tabitha. Don't you do this to them. Yeah, they're kids, Tabitha. I'm not going to leave them down here. Are you serious? Thank you. They're back this way. Hurry. Rosalina runs back the way she came. Follow her. You run after her. Oh, sick! The mine shakes with each new thunderous blow as bits of rock and dust fall off the ceiling and scatter on the floor around you. Rosalina leads the way, and Tabitha isn't far behind you. I thought you knew the way out. I thought you'd been down here a million times already. I was making it up, okay? I swear to God, Mossy, if we get stuck down here... Can you guys see these things? You'll what, kill me? I'm glad you decided to come along. I'm surprised you didn't run off. Do you guys see these things? Like I said, there's probably a pocket of gas down here. We're coming. Just stay where you are. Rosalina, you came back. I don't want to die down here. Then move. Come on. The way out isn't far. Oh, look who wants to leave the mine now. Yeah, just don't say anything. Just grab them and start running. You reach forward and forcefully grab Becca and Alexis, silently pulling them behind you. You quickly push your way back towards the entrance. Pieces of fallen rock littering the path around you. All of you start climbing. Now. Once the last teen is up, Tabitha grabs onto the ladder and starts climbing. I'm out of the pit. Get the fuck out. You follow suit and start climbing. This way, come on. Your cousin moves with the kind of swiftness you'd expect from someone who spent her entire working life in and around coal mines. How can you have just listened to someone other than yourself, Becca? I'm sorry, okay? God. Continue towards the entrance. You push forward, your burning muscles giving way to pure adrenaline. To your horror, you can see cracks forming on the walls of the tunnel. Go, 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 go. Come on, we gotta run faster. We're almost there. I can see the entrance. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Fuck. Oh my God, Rosalina, Jesus H. Christ. And then the knocking fades and you feel safe, having arrived back at the entrance in one piece. What the fuck? What the fuck? Rosalina, are you okay? Clearly she's not, you idiot. Shut up, Becca. It was your idea to go down there in the first place. This is your fault. Shit. Shit. Wow, why did this have to happen? Okay, the knocking stopped at least. All of you stay exactly where you are. I'm going to make some calls. This really hurts. Sel and Kanika pop their heads through the mine entrance. Tabitha just stormed out of there, are you? Oh my God. Rosalina, can you hear me? We're gonna get you out of here, okay? Stella already called an ambulance. But that means cops are gonna come. They're gonna know I was drinking. They're gonna know we went in there to drink, right? Becca, that doesn't matter. If my dad finds out, he'll kill me. He can't know. Becca squirms through the gap in the boards and scampers away. Don't worry about her, Rosalina. She's being an asshole. One of us should wait by the gate to make sure they can find us up here. I should check in with Tabby, see if she needs help. We're going to get you help. Everything's gonna be okay. Alright, I'll go down to the gate. Rosalina, I'm so sorry. I'll be back soon. We're gonna get you out of here and you're gonna be just fine, okay? Mossy and Alexis will keep you safe until then. Am I gonna die? Rosalina, don't say things like that. Yeah. I'll lift those boulders myself if I have to. Thanks, Mossy. Rosalina's breath comes in quick, irregular bursts. If I don't make it, tell my dad I'm sorry. I'm the one who has something to be sorry about. This is all me and Becca's fault. We never should have gone down there. It's not your fault. I went down there because I wanted to. Rosalina pauses, catching her breath. Thank you, Mossy. Glad everyone else made it out okay. Couldn't have done it without your help. You're very mature for your age. Anyone else would have done the same? Sorry I couldn't have done more. You should stop hanging out with Becca. Yeah, for reals. And that's why you shouldn't drink underage! Yeah, you're very mature for your... Alexis is right, you are very mature for your age. Worrying about others at a time like that, you're more brave than a lot of adults I know. It's true, Rosalina. You're really brave. Braver than I am. And smarter. If I hadn't stuck with Becca, maybe... I don't know, maybe it would have been different. It's just not fair that this happened to you. You're the nicest person I know. Rosalina? Still awake just hurts like hell. Sorry, I shouldn't be pushing you to talk. Just hold your hand until they come back with help, okay? Alexis grasps Rosalina's hand. Tears streak down both of your cheeks as you sit in silence together, waiting for the long, anxious moments to pass before help arrives. Some of my men are on the way with rock lifts. We'll get you out of there soon. They're over here, Earl. Jesus H. Christ. You weren't kidding about the emergency. It'll still be a bit for the ambulance. The nearest depot is over in Brevard, so it'll be at least another half hour. Oh, great. Awesome. You heard the man. You have a half hour to get her out of there. Move it! Rosalina? Sweetie, I'm here. Dad, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. We're all here. You can hang on, Rosalina. I know you can. Tabitha's men quickly get to work and manage to pull Rosalina out of the rubble, just as the ambulance arrives. Sir, I'm afraid there's no space in the back. What do you mean I can't ride with her? You're better off driving behind us. We're headed to Brevard, so it's quite a ways. Is she going to be okay? She's going to make it, right? Please, God. Yes, sir. I promise you we're going to do everything we can to keep her stable. Her vitals are looking good. Rosalina, my poor baby. I'll be there as fast as I can, okay? I promise you won't be alone. I love you, Dad. The paramedics load Rosalina into the back of the ambulance and drive off. Oscar approaches you off to the side as the police talk to Tabitha and her men. What the hell happened in there? At least nobody died. It's like... Seems... Nope. Not now. It's just a horrible accident. Nobody... Oscar, I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay. At least nobody died. What happened, though? It was No. It's a horrible accident. Nobody could have known this would happen. Just teens beating teens. What happened in there? After school special. That bug girl's terrible influence. What happened? It was just a horrible accident. Nobody could have known this would happen. I mean, sure, but those kids maybe shouldn't have been in an abandoned coal mine. No, this was no teenager's fault. It's parents' job to make sure their kids don't deliberately put themselves in these situations. Rosalina was mad at me, and instead of fixing the thing that was driving her away, I just ignored it. This is my fault. Oscar, I'm the parent here. I'm sure she thinks I'm making things up about our house being haunted, but I've seen things that I can't explain, and it's only gotten worse over time. She told us about it down in the mine. For what it's worth, I believe you. No comment, but after tonight, I don't know. Once you're back from the hospital, we can check it out for you. Thanks, Stella. That means a lot. I've got to go. Mr. Gutierrez? Is it okay if I come too? I want to be there for her. Of course, Alexis. It'll be good for her to see to see a friendly face. The two of them head over to Oscar's car and drive off. Do you think Rosaline's going to be okay? I can't believe you left us down there. Do you think Rosaline's going to be okay? The paramedics said she was stable. She's a tough kid. She'll be okay. There was a stone carving on the wall in that pit. It gave me some sort of vision. I saw what happened to that place. The Scarlets caused the old collapse. Charles Shaw was set up. No way. No way, dude was a monster. I mean, the Scarlets were monsters too. They still are. What am I saying? What am I saying? Visions aren't real. Visions can't be real. That would be magic. I don't know, Neeks. You weren't down there. Mossy and Tabby had, like, simultaneous seizures next to a creepy stone carving. It was like something out of a movie. I saw something down there, like shadows of the dead miners. I'm pretty sure Tabitha and I saw some ghosts down there. Did you not see them? Everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber where I saw that carving. I saw something down there, like the shadows of dead miners. They were right behind you right before you left, and they followed us when we went after Beck and Alexis. Did you not see them? Whoa, I didn't see anything other than the two of you in that carving. That's super weird. I don't want to doubt what you experienced, but you were deep in a dark abandoned coal mine. You might have just been primed to see things. You know, now that I think about it, that totally fits the profile of some of the Tommyknocker stories. What if they're actual bona fide ghosts? Oh, Stella. Yeah, everything that happened down there centered around that main chamber, where I saw that carving. Stella showed me a photo. Weird stuff. Yeah, really weird. Are you sure those were Tommyknockers? Depends on what you mean by sure. Is anyone really sure of anything? They fit the description pretty well, and I don't know what else they'd be. I have no idea what happened in there. I need to do some reading on mind collapses, I guess. So what happens now? I'm not gonna blame them for leaving us down there. I would, like, if they were down there, who knows what might have happened. One of them might have gotten killed. What happens now? We go home. Now hold on a minute, Miss Scarlet. Mind if we have a quick word with your cousin, miss, in private? Okay, fine. Just make it quick, and don't you dare try and pull anything on them. They did nothing wrong here. Ladies, I'm afraid that means you two. Don't you need to talk to us? We witnessed it. We witnessed this too. Oh, sure, but that can wait. We know where to find y'all. I'm Sheriff Hugby, and this is Deputy Derrickson, but you can call me Earl. Nice to make your acquaintance. Welcome to Scarlet Hollow. Hope this little accident hasn't colored your perception of the place. Lovely place to live, if you ask me. Lovely indeed. Now, Sheriff Hugby, don't you think it's odd that these teens found themselves in an old abandoned mine on the very property Mossy's family happens to own? Don't you think it's even a bit odder that Mossy happened to be in there with them at the time of said collapse? What the fuck? Okay, first off, I want a lawyer. Second, am I under arrest? If not, I don't have to answer any of your questions. Even if I was, I want a lawyer before I say anything. I'd be lying if I said it weren't peculiar, though I'm sure you're an upright citizen, Mossy, and all this is surely an unfortunate coincidence. Still, a good cop should ask himself these questions. Get to your questions, but we also need to talk about the man that's been stalking me. Why are you asking me? It was a mine collapse. Saw the team sneak into a mine, so we went after them. If it wasn't for me, they'd all be dead. I don't have to talk. Yeah, exactly. I don't have to talk to you. I know my rights. Unless you decide to accuse me of something, I'm not answering any more of your questions. And for the record, I haven't done anything wrong. My apologies, Mossy. Just being thorough. Our duty as officers of the law. But we'll leave you be. Clearly, there's not much to be discussed. We'll be in touch. Deputy Derrickson tips his hat to you. The two officers wander back towards the mine, Derrickson taking notes as they examine the scene. You make your way towards Stella and Kanika. Just can't believe it. I left them behind in there to get help. Is it my fault, Neeks? Stella, no. You did your best. It's not your fault. Yeah, what were you gonna do? Hold up the entire mine? Oh, hey, guess the cops are done with you? What, are they gonna take you in for being present at an accident? Sorry if they gave you a hard time. Small town cops, you know. Always blame everything on drifters, even acts of God, I guess. Excellent. You didn't get arrested. Now come on, let's get back to the estate. I'd like to get some rest before I have to deal with the fallout of everything that happened tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, okay, Mossy? Tomorrow? You've already ruined my evenings on 2 consecutive nights, Stella. What do you think you'll be doing with my cousin tomorrow? We're going ghost hunting at Oscar's, remember? We talked about it in the mines. You were there. I didn't think you were serious. Mossy, you have her number, right? Keep me posted on what she's doing. Let me know if that ghost hunt actually happens. It's weird that you care about what she's doing so much. Clearly, I have to. Come on, let's go. Tabitha starts walking to her car, pulling you by your arm. See you tomorrow, guys. I'll text you when we're back. Are you kidnapping me? Yeah, see you tomorrow, guys. You can practically feel Tabitha roll her eyes as she drags you to the car. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You try to keep an eye on the surrounding wilderness as she drives, wary of what might lurk behind the tree line. How are you holding up? I'm doing terribly, by the way. What do you think, Stella? Why do you treat Stella like that? I didn't appreciate, yeah, how are you holding up? Poorly. I'd really rather we didn't get into it. Sorry about today. Tabitha doesn't answer. Sorry for apologizing? Yeah. Sorry for apologizing? Am I talking too much, or... This is what happens when people bother me at work. Things slip through the cracks. Poor Rosalina. Yeah, poor Rosalina. Poor Oscar. You should have kept tighter reins on that girl. I never got into any trouble like this when I was a teen. I have Pearl Ann to thank for it. Hated it at the time, but that strictness paid off. What am I telling you this for? Oh, are we bonding? Yeah, you can tell me stuff. I'd like to know more about you, and about Pearl Ann for that matter. Maybe later this week. I don't have the energy to get into it right now, but I think I'd like that. I mean, both of these. I think I chose this one on my last playthrough, so I'm gonna choose this one. I don't really think the parents are to blame here. I beg to differ. People who aren't ready to be parents shouldn't be parents. Clearly there are some parents at fault for this who weren't ready. And clearly there are some parents at fault for this who weren't ready. Take the librarian. There are tons of people more qualified to be parents who can't even conceive. And here he is having a kid at 19 and clearly letting her do just whatever the hell she wants. And look where that got her. Even if she doesn't lose that leg, she's going to carry what happened tonight for the rest of her life. It's not fair. That's entirely out of line. Yeah, you're right. It isn't fair. Tabitha goes quiet. It seems that's all you're going to get out from her on this. Yeah, why do you treat Stella like that? Didn't you two used to be friends? It was a different time in my life. I just wish she'd get that we're not in high school anymore. I'm a different person than whoever she thinks she knows. I'm doing terrible, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Yeah, me too. I've got to focus on the road, though. I don't appreciate being dragged off like that. It's been a long day, Mossy. Are you really going to make a fuss about me bringing you back to the estate? Fine. Your eyes wander back to the tree line as you and Tabitha sink back into silence. You once again cross the threshold into the estate, the musty stench of the decaying mansion greeting you with its undertones of mildew and wood rot. Well, this day was a lot more stressful than it needed to be, and I'm sure it's the precursor to a horrifically stressful week. I'm going to bed. I suggest you do the same. See you in the morning. Tabitha turns and makes her way up the stairs, her posture defeated. Alright. Head to your room to turn in. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. Your phone buzzes on the table. Y'all, these are those things, right? Kanika sends a picture of a pair of ditchlings by the side of the road. I saw them again, too. Another picture, this time of them staring from a tree. What the fuck? These things are definitely not hairless monkeys or raccoons or whatever. I don't know what the hell they are. I guess there's more to them being here than the mind collapse. No way I'm sleeping tonight. You think about looking out the guest room window, but at this point you're too exhausted to leave your bed. The adrenaline from this evening is finally wearing off, replaced by a creeping exhaustion that threatens to overwhelm you. Your limbs feel heavy, your eyelids slipping down over your eyes even as you stare down at the ominous pictures on your phone. If it weren't for the pit of dread balling in your stomach, you would almost feel comfortable as you settle in between the covers, your tired bones sinking into the decrepit mattress. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face, twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks. Trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Your eyes shoot back open, your heart pounding as the door to your room swings open. Oh, Frou-Frou. Just the cat. It's always just the cat. Don't read into this. The woman kicked me out. Just want a warm place to sleep. Sure, Frou-Frou. It's nice to see another living being, even one as unfriendly as Tabitha's cat. The comfort of her presence sets your mind at ease, and you finally slip into a deep sleep. Sick! That's the end of episode 2, hard mode. But holy shit, I can't believe that happened to Rosalina. Like, god damn. I feel like that's probably the best case scenario to what could have happened, considering it's hardcore mode. But still, that is gnarly. That is just gruesome. It also makes me wonder, like, is Rosalina just gonna be out of the game now? Or what? How is that gonna affect the rest of the narrative? Creepy. Woof. Sand hater. Jane Goodall. No! This is the end of episode 2. Episode 3 is 3 ways to proceed if you dare. Blah. Yep. Just overwrite. There we go. Cute cat, right? Ah, why is my frame rate dropping? Oh, that's why. My bandwidth is in the toilet again. Well, seeing as how my bandwidth has decided to shit the bed once again, I'll be calling it a stream. At least it held out until the end of the episode. I guess that's all I can really ask for. But yeah, that was wicked. And that was episode 2, hardcore mode of Scarlet Hollow. Episode 1 is up on my YouTube channel right now, as well as my entire first playthrough, episode 1 through 4. So check those out, and I'll be back tomorrow to play episode 3 in hardcore mode. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Thanks for the raid. That was awesome. And I hope to see you all later. Bye.